Welcome to the Running with James podcast, where every HYROX athlete, OCR competitor, and the everyday runner has a place. We're passionate about building a community that supports, building confidence that empowers, and building champions who rise. Together, we'll push limits and chase what moves us. Remember, when you change your mind, you change your life. Now here's your host, James Wyatt.
And welcome back to another edition of Running with James, Running with Lauren, and Running with Carlos. It's a special edition today, guys, because we have three different titles, because we have three people in charge today. We've got the head coachees, which would be Miss Lauren. We've got second in command, Don Carlito. And then we have me bringing up the rear, because I have the biggest rear. Coach James up in the house. So how are we doing today, guys? How's everybody feeling?
Tired.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Great weekend.
Yeah, it was a great weekend.
Great weekend.
Yeah, anytime Lauren shows up and she's got that raspy voice, you know she had a good time.
I did have a good time. My body and my mind are catching up, but I had a very good time.
Yeah, your mind keep telling you no, and your body says the same thing.
Yes. Just kept saying yes. That's why I kept saying yes to all those volunteer shifts.
Yep. Quick question. Did you make sure that you got credit for the extra volunteer shifts that you worked?
I only worked an extra hour and a half. I really didn't care, honestly. I just knew they needed it. And if I was an athlete, I knew it would be stressful to not have enough judges. So it didn't matter to me.
How do you feel like the weekend went?
I'm fine. Like everyone had a really good time. It was a lot of people. We had a lot of athletes all the time.
It's true.
All the time. There was somebody going at like every hour.
It was that way.
Anytime you want to be BCF athlete, just go out there.
Just go outside. Somebody was running.
There'd be someone running.
There.
Somebody was running.
That would be the only, I guess.
Mornings, late nights.
I would say that was the hardest part.
Yes.
Of Sophie's Choice. You couldn't see everyone.
No.
You couldn't.
It was like some people I just couldn't see.
It was impossible. Physically.
Yeah.
Physically impossible. Just if you just don't want to be completely run down for your race. So you had to kind of make some calls. Like, I couldn't see these people just because you had your race or, time wise as well.
Yeah.
So it was very busy.
Yeah, there were a couple of our ladies who did the women's open. I was really disappointed I couldn't come watch, but I had my race that afternoon, so I was like, I just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunday I worked the freaking sled pull, and there were several of our ladies that came through that I barely, like, it was so crazy.
You seen for like a second.
Like I saw them, I was like, hey, there they go. And so I tried to run down there to that side and like say something and acknowledge them or whatever, and then they were gone. So it was really, and then I think two of the young ladies, after they were done, they came to like let me know they were done and everything. And
nice.
I heard them, and I turned around to say something, and then like they were trying to talk to me, but then I had to turn immediately back around because they were all the stuff I was having to judge. So I felt a little bit bad but still they did good. So, but yeah, it was like a lot going on.
So much. Yeah, I got to see a lot of our athletes come through on Saturday and Sunday when I was judging in the burpees, which was really fun because it was fun to see them. But also, I was very quick to be like, oh my God, so good seeing you. I swear, if you make me penalize you, I will never let you live it down. Do it right.
Yeah, there's a picture of me talking to Ashley, I think.
Oh, you're pointing at her. You've got finger in face.
Yeah. I look mad. I was playing with her, obviously, because she had stepped on the line. I was like, I have to give you a warning. I was like, if you do it again, I have to give you a 15-second penalty. Don't make me give you a penalty.
Yeah.
And she kind of giggled or whatever and laughed. And I was like, no, seriously, I don't want to have to penalize you, please.
But the picture does look like you are.
It does look like I'm getting her, right?
Probably like on some website. Look, this judge needs to calm down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna be a meme now. So, but yeah, it was a long 17,000 people for the weekend.
That's a lot. That's
it's
just
the biggest
athletes.
one in America, in the States so far. So until Phoenix, obviously.
So how do you? Yeah, Phoenix is gonna be 4 days. I'm gonna be in Phoenix, and it's 4 days. I don't think I got it in me. I definitely don't think I can work Phoenix. I already told them. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to work for y'all, Phoenix.
Did they ask you to?
Well, no, I had been talking. Well, no, because they asked
Just
me.
let it be known.
They did
right?
ask me, and I told them I would be in Phoenix. I said, are we going to get to see you work? And I said, honestly, I'm going to be very honest, probably not, because I don't race till Saturday. My friend's racing Thursday, and I really want to watch her do her first solo. So I was like, it's just not going to be a good idea for me to like judge in between the two.
Okay, money in, she judges. She's going to cave.
I agree with you.
How much are you going to cave?
Actually, I would put money that she's going to judge multiple days.
They're just going to say...
If I would do it, the only day I would do it is Sunday, because I wouldn't...
See how she's already started backtracking?
And come that Monday, you know what they asked me? and I just couldn't let them down.
I couldn't let them down. I went ahead and worked an extra 3 hours for free.
They're a mom and pop.
Yeah, they just need all the help they can get.
Help. We're just 3 days minimum.
Hey, it's all networking. I don't. It's fine with me. It's all networking.
Explain to us. We're just making a point.
Hey, that's your point, not me.
Oh, I'm making a point.
If they remember Lauren, she's a hard worker and she's got a good attitude and she's really good at what she does out there. That's good networking for me.
How does that pay off?
I mean,
what's the payoff? What are we looking at?
I mean, I've asked them about like what it takes to get on staff and all that. So, I mean, they know I have interest in like doing race directing and all that.
Okay.
So
the payoff is you're going to be a race director?
I've just asked about it. So I put it in their brain that if an opportunity becomes available, I would like to.
I feel like if you want to be a race director,
I'm not sure. I'm not. I just would like to add no.
I'm saying I feel like if you want to be a race director, like you don't want to leave it in their hands. You would like reach out to like say maybe Yusuf or someone, say, hey, I would like to be a race director.
No,
can you give me the stages and steps, and then you start doing those steps?
No. We already talked about that. We had a discussion about it in length.
Yeah.
So he knows I would like to be considered for a race director.
Right, but I'm just saying I don't know like.
He has to at this point, since he knows I'm interested, he has to speak with one of the other race directors that's over the region, because what they're trying to do is develop teams in different regions.
Right.
So he has to get with that director over the region, and they have to kind of discuss. And then the next time, like openings become available, there's a whole long training process and interview process.
Right. You told me about the long training process. It didn't really seem like it was that long based off of what you said, because you were like, you got to take a course and then you got to like.
Is it more intense than the Renaissance Festival?
I don't have to come in with an accent or
okay. Sure.
Okay. So you don't have to roll in with like a German accent and be like,
really
Das HYROX.
With a full
no,
backstory.
Speaking of German accent, and this had nothing to do with the German accent, but there was one of the directors, Diana? She was giving us her speech. It was the first day. You weren't there. Yeah, you weren't head judging. And she was saying about how the farmer carry arch, she was like, one of the motors is going out on the pump, so it like goes wonky. She was having trouble, like she couldn't get deflated.
She talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, she said wonky. She kept saying wonky. Everyone else was like, okay, wonky, it's getting weird. And the one guy who was manning that station that she was talking directly to, he was like, I'm sorry, I'm so confused. What do you mean it's going wonky? She's like, wonky. And everyone else was like, wonky. Yeah. It's going wonky.
Like he thought it was like a German word or something?
He thought it was just some weird German word. And he like thought she was like just having trouble.
Maybe it was the way she was saying it, or did he repeat wonky?
No, we all heard it. We all knew he was the one. He had never heard the word. He's like, I've never heard the word wonky. We're like, really? We were surprised. It was funny.
Yeah.
So multiple people had to chime in different words, like synonyms for wonky.
Yeah, she's a very nice lady. I like her.
Diana's very sweet. She's from Houston.
I like her. She's nice.
Yeah, she's from Houston. She lives out in Katy.
Yeah, she's very nice. So, but
she can be stern.
I mean, you got to be.
You got to be.
You got to be.
You got that sternness in you?
I think I do when I need to. I think I do when I'm in burpees because I get to yell at people. I didn't let people slip.
So what you're saying?
Nothing got past.
What you're saying is once you get a level of authority,
I take advantage.
You take advantage of it, and maybe
I feed off the power.
You continue to. It's like it's true because I gave her a whistle one time, and I had to like literally like
take it back.
Not take it back, but I had to like give her.
I get a little
power hungry.
I get a little afraid of
power
Yusuf.
Crazy.
I shouldn't be. I get a little afraid of Yusuf. He's so sweet too. He's like such a nice guy.
Just because he doesn't talk and you don't know what he's thinking?
I hate not knowing what people are thinking.
Yeah.
He's very quiet, but you can tell when he gets super focused, when he's got a lot on his plate, because he's got a lot to do there. Sure. He's got a huge job. So, and a lot of people want to come up and complain to him about everything and anything. So he's just got a lot to deal with. And like, he's so nice when you talk to him. He's the sweetest guy. But like, when he's like focused, when he's giving instruction, like you can tell like, oh.
He does seem like he tries to measure his words though, too.
Very serious.
So he's thinking about what he's saying before he's saying. He's really trying to like make sure he's saying the right things.
I'd agree. Yeah.
So that's good.
I like him a lot.
So
nice guy.
But
the whole team's nice. I've never met someone on the team I didn't like.
Yeah, they're all nice people. It's good. It's good. They have a hard job. I don't care what anybody says. They have a hard. I mean, it's
keeping everything going like that.
I mean,
moving pieces,
long days, early mornings, late nights. Yeah,
a lot of complaints.
Everybody's complaining about every freaking thing. You know, and people don't, like 90% of the people don't even know what they're getting into. They're just like showing up.
Mm-hmm.
They're asking you while they're doing it what to do. I'm like, did you not learn about the race before you came to do it?
Like Rose at the burpees at the start.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like, I just was sitting there a little bit. She was so tired because she's like, no one knows what they're doing. She's having to tell them, nope,
Oh, yeah.
drop down and
Absolutely.
start. Kind of drop down and start. She was having to tell every single person coming up there.
I was so happy to see Rose come volunteer because she told me she was going to try to get in my section. And when I saw her pop over there, she's like, I want to be here at the front. And she was like, made me so happy because she was obviously tired. She'd raced earlier, but she like had such a good attitude. And she was like dancing people into the start line and pointing. But she was like, this is harder than the race. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
really
long day.
You're
so
repeating the same thing over and over again.
and you want energy, and then you're surrounded by people who maybe are not as
Excited to see you.
enthusiastic to do as good a job as you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the other volunteers and judges.
Yeah.
And that's a little, but yet they want to be super bossy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's tough for me to deal with. So, but I feel like overall, like they had the bridge, which
That
Bridge
was
so
was
cool.
awesome. I've been
Game
telling
changer.
them to do a bridge for 4 years now.
Best thing they've done.
Finally, they obviously have been listening to the podcast.
Finally, you probably listen to our series too. The
Yeah,
4-part
How to
series.
HYROX Better.
Yes, and
Right?
then they just
So they had the bridge, which made everything smoother.
So
You
nice.
didn't have to have the extra run out lane.
The
You were able
tiers
to
at
keep
the
run.
wall balls.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that as much because I kind of like the bleachers
like the bleachers
to be able
better.
to sit
Really?
because there was nowhere to sit down. So like
That's true.
that's wearing on you for just standing up.
I just feel like the bleachers were hard to like get up and down if you were trying because you had to like move through people. I liked the ladder thing, but that was just me then.
So that was just
You sat outside. That's what you said.
and then it was better, I think, all the way up until Sunday as far as like having the different days because it never felt like too crazy busy where you couldn't walk around until Sunday.
Agreed.
Sunday was nuts, like trying to get around.
I would disagree. I think Saturday afternoon got.
Of course you would.
Well, y'all were racing. Y'all weren't out in the stands that day. Well, you were.
I was as well.
Racing.
As soon as I got through done
I was like,
racing,
yeah, you were. You were also racing. That's right. So
as soon as I was done racing, I walked
I
around
was
and
trying to
followed
navigate
people
through
and cheered
people.
people on. It's crazy.
I was struggling. through
Walking
people.
around cheering
Yeah.
people on all
Another.
Saturday night till
And maybe it just seemed worse to me because I was trying to help get content of people. So I was having to like rush between some of those stations so fast and I couldn't get through the people. Like I was pushing people.
maybe I don't know.
I was aggressive.
I don't know. So you feel like it was the same Saturday night and Sunday night?
I felt like it was, yeah. I did personally.
It was packed.
Because also
It
the
was.
other thing, and I think where it really got the worst was right where the recovery station was, like the athlete recovery area right across from the warm up. People would come out of that recovery and they would all congregate right there in like groups. So like you're trying to funnel tons of people past like the burpees in the
I think
rower.
right there, yes. Then the
Well, because people
athletes
were waiting
coming
on their athletes to come
Yeah.
out.
from the like when they
Yeah.
finished the finish line, everyone's right there, wanted to cheer them on.
Mhm.
That was a big cluster.
Yeah,
Just
that was
all over.
that was probably the worst.
If they'd have had like a walking area on the other side as well, right?
Huge.
But the only way you'd have been able to do that is have a bridge,
The bridge.
because that was where they would come under the wall balls. That would be the only way. So I'm wondering how they're going to do it in Phoenix. I'm assuming it would be nice because I feel like a big part of the spectating and having that ability, and for racing to an extent too, is having the closeness to the event. That's what makes it good to be a spectator.
Yeah.
But if they do it where you can only sit in the stands, I wonder like if that's going to be a thing or not.
I bet these still go on the floor.
You think so? I would think so.
I would think
But
so.
you have the option of going and sitting down too.
Yeah.
But I just wonder because some people were saying that they wouldn't do that. So I don't know.
Never know.
Yeah, you'll find out.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to Phoenix?
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Do they still have availability? Oh, I guess this is so big. I guess so, huh?
Yeah.
4
think
days?
so.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine they kept opening up tickets.
When is Phoenix? February something?
January 29th through February 2nd.
So they kept opening up tickets for Dallas. So imagine they're just gonna keep trying to pump it up as
4
many people
days.
in there.
Well, I mean, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And they're going to be able. I bet you that Ruxane's going to be freaking nuts. It's probably like 100 people per freaking heat. Ruxane's going to be 100 meters long.
Yeah, weren't the doubles, wasn't it like 60? I think, wasn't like 60 at some point, 60 people per heat? I think
63 teams per heat.
63
It was 100, yeah. People in our heat.
Yeah, because we had like 100 and some people in our heat.
That's so many.
Yeah, 'cause they were like, there's 100 people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Get close.
Yep.
Holy cow.
We weren't even able to like be in the thing. Like there were people hanging out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At the back? Oh wow, yeah, that was a big group.
Mhm.
That was the one thing I did enjoy about doing the pro now is like the pro waves are, especially the individuals, they're usually not that big. Like mine wasn't anyway, but I was one of the last heats to go. So my wave was like, I think there were 40 of us. I'm like, this is fine. This is manageable. I don't feel like I'm going to get ran over by
Yeah,
anybody.
no, it didn't seem that bad out there on Friday night.
Friday didn't seem too bad.
As far as crowds, it was good.
I don't know. It seemed like a lot of people to me.
You think?
I just said that because you said it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to stay on brand.
Being petty.
Just want to stay on brand.
We're being petty.
So, but I liked the setup too. I thought the setup was good. It was a small ruck zone for the most part. I wasn't a huge fan of having to like make that U-turn, but
Yeah,
I didn't mind it.
I thought it kept the flow good.
Yeah.
I like versus coming in. You have to go around the out to come in. They always do
I hate that.
That was horrible.
I cannot stand when they do that.
You have to do the round.
So I like the flow of this.
No, where they put the out before the in.
Oh yeah, that's
so this
confusing.
kind of just felt good, just to
Yeah.
come in and just kind of
Mhm.
go one way in, one way out. So,
The water stations were accessible, which was nice.
Yeah. So I mean, for the most part, I like the flow of the ruck zone.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. And then even when it was super busy out there, I felt like, at least when I raced, I felt like people did a better job of staying out of the fast lane. I did not have to yell on your left as much as I've had to yell it in the past. So that was actually pretty nice. There were a couple times where people that were in the lane shouldn't have been.
yeah.
But for the most part, it felt like people were keeping the lane open.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking to take your running to the next level? Whether you're just getting started or chasing the next PR, my dad, Coach James, and BC Fitness have you covered. Join our in-person or online run coaching. Plug into our free weekly run club and train alongside a community that's built different. From HYROX and OCR to daily group fitness classes at our Houston gym. This is where athletes are made. Come run with us, train with us, grow with us. Visit mybcfit.com and start building your best.
Good.
I noticed they got rid of the. I don't think they had them on Friday. They had the attendance, like they said they would, around the laps, where they would like, if you weren't going a certain pace, they would either do this or this. Did you notice that?
Yeah, but they didn't have it on Saturday.
Have them on Saturday or Sunday, and I wonder if it's because they originally weren't planning for it, or it's because I noticed when I was going, especially when they released the pro, some of the pro men's or the open doubles, the doubles heats out, the crowds would come in so tight, and you'd see some of those like volunteers get like nervous in their face because they thought they were going to get trampled. So I wonder if they were just like worried that it would just be too many athletes coming with this person standing in the lane.
Maybe.
And it was kind of because it got a little tight around those corners. It could be tight.
I had a lady almost crash into me in a wheelchair. She was, they had across the bridge. They let some people through, and these couple ladies ran with strollers, and this lady, she just cruised on out a little more. She didn't care. She rolled right on out.
Do it.
Yeah, she was just like, I was like, she ain't gonna make it. Well, she did. She
Like
rolled out there. I had to
edge.
like do like a quick sidestep. I mean,
Wow.
and she was like almost like hit me.
How dare you? I'm trying to get paid.
She had this look, but she wasn't moving.
Yeah.
It was.
That's awesome. That's funny. Yeah. So it was good actually. I felt like too, the running laps
Felt good.
felt good. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like long. It didn't feel super
They
long.
felt nice.
So the running laps were really good. I mean, you had that first one that you had to do that was,
2.25.
right? But other than that, the running laps felt like they didn't take forever. I mean, obviously we're running faster than we've ever ran before, but so I feel like sometimes they feel longer, and it's probably just because you're hurting more. You want it to be over with.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I felt like even the running laps, I definitely loved the 2 laps better.
Oh yeah.
So
Laps
much
was way
better. The 3 laps is always just like such a challenge to think about too.
That's the big challenge. 1 and 2 is pretty, I'd say, easier.
Mhm.
But when you get to that 2 to 3, when you're tired, that's where it gets kind of dicey. Is that the second one? That's the third one. That's when you kind of start,
I'm not a fan of the 1 lap. I don't like the 1 lap.
Oh, like one really long one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the 1 lap. I don't know why.
What race have we done that had one lap?
I don't know. So, I can't remember which one I did that was a 1 lapper, but that was a 1 lapper I did. It was huge.
I wonder if it was Toronto.
But But yeah, it was a good setup, I thought, overall. It was a really good setup.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I did see, and people still I think I definitely try to be very mindful of going in and out, and like all the other athletes, especially going out, because if people are coming through fast. But I was doing one of my laps, and a guy, like a whole group of like the men's doubles was coming through, and they were coming through fast, and they were in the fast lane, and a guy just wasn't paying attention, came out that arch. They did not even try to slow down. I think it just all happened so quick, and they couldn't. But they like just made contact, and I think the guy out of reaction just kind of like pushed him forward, and he went straight into the like the corners of the barrier, and just like almost took it down with him. I was like, not gonna be me.
So when James got pushed,
you did
out, coming out, just like I said, just had to merge and see what happened.
Yeah,
and I kind of came right in front, just kind of pushed him to the side.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling people, man. I don't care what anybody says. You got to be bulky. You got to have some girth to you to run this race.
Yeah,
you can't just be a runner. No, you got to be able to stand your ground if somebody tries to run over you, bro.
That's it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You got to have some trunks on you and some stout.
Yeah,
you can't just be brittle out there and just be
like blown by the wind. Yeah, no. Like a little leaf.
No, you got to be able to
you got to be a brick.
You got to take a hit.
Yeah, I still ran into a few issues where I'd be running and people would just like be running, and then they would decide to walk like smack dab, like not on the outside where you should walk, but like smack dab in the middle of the crowd. Like they would just start walking, and you would just collide into them or have to like weave around them. And I'm like, if you can walk, please, for the love of heaven, get all the way to the right. Like, do not walk in the middle of the people. Go over by the barricade and walk. That's where the walking zone is.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. These people are running and they're tired, and you're not thinking about anything of what you're feeling at the moment. You get the race brain.
You do.
You get the exhaustion type situation, right? So,
but I'd be afraid of getting run over though if I had to walk. I would like not want to get taken out.
Yeah, but some people, like my wife, like she'll walk across the street and she's just like, the cars will stop, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, the car's bigger than me, and if the car doesn't see me, the car's not going to stop. And then now I'm ran over.
It's a lose if you lose.
Right. If they right, exactly. You don't win.
Yes.
At all.
Yes.
So
you just one driver on their phone.
Yes. And some people think like that and some people don't, right? So maybe they're like my wife and they're just like, they'll go around.
I really think some of these people, that's the thought process. And I mean, I'm not about to run into somebody, but makes me a little ticked off, but it's not the end of the world. It's not going to ruin my weekend or my race.
Yeah. So how did your race go, by the way?
Well, good. I got my Beagle. I hit my Beagle. Overall, you know, I can't complain. I could if I wanted to, but I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I got it.
What would you complain about?
I had a certain goal in mind that I really wanted to try to hit for time. My B goal, that was my A goal. My B goal was just a PR.
Mm-hmm.
C goal was you push come to shove, survive again. And I hit the B goal. I had an 11-minute PR. So nothing to be upset about. But the wheels fell off real hard in the wall balls. Like I was fine. I felt great. I actually had a plan going to the wall balls that I thought I could hit. And then I started doing the wall balls and the wheels started to come off really fast. Like the lactic acid buildup, my legs just felt like lead. They would not, like the squats were so hard.
Yeah.
And I was going to try to go on as unbroken for as many wall balls as I could start. Cause I'm like, I know I can do at least, I in practice, I've done 50. So I was going to see if I could try to do 50, then take a break and then try to break the other two up by 25. That was the goal. I got 25 and I wasn't able to catch the ball on one. And from there, it was just like, I was having a hard time getting them up in rows of 10. It was a struggle, a really bad struggle.
Yeah.
And it ate a lot of my time up. I was getting a little lightheaded by then because I'm an nincompoop and I forgot to take my nutrition. I didn't forget to take it with me. It was in my pocket. I just forgot to take it.
None?
So I took some. I ate plenty of breakfast before. I made sure.
None during the race?
None. I took one right before, and I completely forgot to take it at the rower when I got there.
How do you forget that?
I think I was just so focused on everything I was doing and just trying to like make sure I stayed with the plan in my head. And then
didn't the plan include taking nutrition?
No, and it's at the rower. But then I come off the rower and I was like, just start moving, and I just completely forgot to take it out of my pocket. Completely just didn't think about it. I was like, all right, let's just keep.
No, I told you. I took my nutrition to start or at the sleds or after the sleds, and I forgot to take my nutrition after the rower. But I did take it like near like the second to last lap, or the last run kind of deal. So it was later that second one, but yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, I did think about it, but I was already on my last run to go to the burpees.
So why did you take it?
I didn't honestly. I mean, this is probably a really dumb reason. I really didn't think it was going to make a difference at that point.
I took my gel at the rower, and literally, I could feel like my body feeling better as I took my run. Like, I mean, that's the whole point of the gels is your body processes the sugar, but then also like the calories much faster because it's literally not having to be digested the same way. So even if it was just the sugar and your brain is getting the signal that you're getting energy, it would have helped you.
Okay. Well, that's a good.
I mean, I think we talked about on the podcast, like during your long run, even if you only have a couple miles left, you should go ahead and do it because at the very least, it'll help you recover faster.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to unlock your full potential? I want to introduce you to the Fit, Healthy, and Happy podcast, a powerful resource to transform your life today. With expert interviews, practical tips, and inspiring stories, this podcast is your roadmap to lasting wellness. Here's what a listener has to say.
I used to struggle with my health, but this podcast changed everything. It's like having a personal trainer, nutritionist, and life coach totally for free.
With over 2,000 five-star reviews, we're a podcast you can trust. The Fit, Healthy, and Happy podcast, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in my head, I was in my head again going in because I was ending my last run. I was like, I'm only going to be in here for like 3-4 minutes.
You're going to be where 3-4 minutes?
In the wall balls, like 4 minutes was like what I was trying to like go for.
So you were finishing your last run when you remembered it?
Finishing my last run going into burpees. And I was like, I don't think it's going to make a difference at this point. I've only got like 4 minutes to push through. That was literally.
How long did it take you?
7. So maybe it would have. I have no idea. It might have. I was so focused at that point. I was like, you just got to push through. This is like, it's going to hurt. It's going to suck. And it just ate my lunch. Held on till then, but ate my lunch. But I think that I definitely could have gotten closer to I think I could have gotten to like a 130 had I not done that.
How about you, Carlos? Don Carlito?
Did good. My first pro race.
This dude had 3 races.
Yeah.
Or 2.5.
2.5. So first, the pro race, it was good. Did 126. So that weight is for real.
That weight looks like
that weight is for real. The
that turf is.
The turf was, rippled the whole
weekend. Did you get a ripple?
Didn't really pay attention, but pretty much all of them were at least had some sort of almost little wave to them.
Yeah,
for the most part.
But not all lanes were created equal.
Yeah, so
there were definitely lanes that were easier to do.
Yeah.
So it was I guess I didn't have a big. The push felt heavy. I made it through. I did half lanes. Felt kind of good. The pull it was like you said. You gotta have some oomph to you.
Yeah.
Especially for the pro weight, you gotta have some power to get those sleds moving. So that was not say game changer, but it was just kind of soon to get a little bit stronger.
Yep.
So, but it felt good. Made it through it, and then burpees died a little bit. Kettlebell carry I went unbroken with the pro weight, so that was good. That was a little bit worrying. It's such a small event, but been a while since I really did like a long heavy carry. Didn't really just get at the track. We do the lighter weight or have the men's open out there, but felt fine. Felt good actually.
How do you feel about because I know some people don't like it. How do you feel about the 2 laps versus the 1 long one? Or the zigzag?
Talking about for the farmer carries?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't really,
I kind of like the 2 laps. It doesn't feel as long, honestly.
I would say, I agree. Yes. You kind of get through it and you're ready back. It's like, oh, that's not that bad. Right? You're kind of halfway versus long. You still.
And it's kind of like being at the track.
Yeah.
Right. So you know what you do at the track, right? So
that felt good. And then kind of very similar to Lauren. I kind of blew up on the wall balls a little bit. My legs were just trashed and probably should have been a little bit more conservative. I was like, I'm gonna go with 20, and then after that 20, I was trashed. James was hollering at me. I heard the wall walk penalties, which we do in practice, but everything just sounded like it was underwater.
Yes.
It's like when you have a plan and then all of a sudden like things have gone awry.
You get slapped in the face.
It was just like,
yeah.
how have I messed this up so bad?
Yeah.
I had a plan, and I'm sitting there like throwing 7, throwing 4, at 8. It was just like it was almost comedic how bad I messed it up when you come up with a plan. So got through it, got done. Like I said, happy. It was the first pro race, and it was racing, fun. And then the second is mixed doubles with my lovely wife Gabby, and we did good. So it was more kind of pushing her to see what kind of pace she could run, and I think for the most part, I think we held just right at under. Well, on the app it says 9 minute, like 9:01. It's kind of the pace, but I think we taled about it. It seemed like our timing was a little bit different than what I had on my watch for the laps and what they had.
Yeah, I need to go back and look at my stats because mine seemed a little weird too.
Because I pretty much, like I said, we talked about the time. We were pretty much bang on our time every time. I was like, that's good. I was like, I was 2 seconds fast. I was saying, but we're right on it. So it was fun. It was, Gabby.
Y'all are still married?
We're still married. And there was only, I think, one thing, lap 7, she kind of yelled, you want me to cramp? Go ahead. Keep running fast.
Did she really?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That's a Gabby move.
Somewhere around there.
That's awesome.
So she was doing good. Like her ankle started hurting around the 6th or 7th one. I was like, just hold it together. I was like, you just got one more run. I was like, 2 more runs. That was it. And then, and I kind of laughed because I told her I wanted to do I was going to try for unbroken wall balls. And I did it, and then my legs didn't have it. So I got up 50 of them, and I was like, there you go. And I sat down. I was like, okay, maybe she'll do 20, maybe 30. Literally, she did 10. She's like, you're up.
I would have told her, pick that ball up and do 10 more.
So I didn't even think
she had a good long rest.
Oh, yeah.
She could do 20 wall balls.
So I did another 40 there. So she was like, you said you want to do all 100, so I was giving it to you.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
But she did good. Like, she crushed the burpees. Like, the station work, trying to think what else. Lunges, we had good transitions because obviously we didn't really train like too much together.
Yeah.
So it was, nothing. The rower, she did really good. So I wasn't too. She trains with you, James. So I wasn't too concerned of any of her movements or stations.
Sure.
She crushed the sleds.
Yeah.
Like the portion I gave her, she was like. I was like, oh, maybe give her a little bit more. I need a little bit more of a break.
Yeah.
But overall, it was fun.
Yeah, that's good.
And then
doubles are fun. I enjoy doubles.
Then the relay, which we kind of only did
2 laps,
2 stations.
We crushed those 2 stations, bro.
Larry went 2, didn't he? Or
no?
Tommy. Oh, okay. I guess they switched it up afterwards.
Okay,
because I thought Larry, whatever. I thought Larry was going to do pull, but yeah. So we just did the first. James crushed those 3 laps and the skier, and then I did the sled, and then we had to. Tommy's hamstrings kind of tweaking a little bit. So
I was so worried because I was out there waiting at the sled pull, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Tommy's doing sled pulls, and I was like waiting, and I was like, what happened? Did I miss something? So I text Leah, and she's like, we don't know. We saw Tommy run once, and we haven't seen him since. I was like, oh my god, Tommy died
because he just spontaneously combusted.
He literally 20 minutes prior just finished doing that pro doubles. I was like, Tommy's heart just couldn't handle it. He died.
And we were just sitting. We were both on the bikes warming up, and all of a sudden Tommy's like,
he comes walking by, and I'm like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Why are you standing in front of me? That was quick. And then he's like, he walks up doing this.
Yeah.
And then we start talking. He's like, I couldn't. So I thought he had finished. And I was like, well, one of us is going to have to do
rock, paper, scissors.
And I was like, let's rock. He's like, no. I didn't even finish my lap. I was like, huh? What?
Yeah.
So, but I think everybody was a little confused. Like, I think JC came running by. And I was like, let's go, JC. And he saw me. He's like, he was looking like, because I had my cowboy hat on, my T-shirt, I was regular clothes, and then
these guys finished.
Jonathan came. He's like, "Oh man, what?" He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Yeah, we're not doing it." So it was a good race, though. I mean, there was a good group of guys in there. It was
all the times fast.
Yeah,
they got
sub hour, right? Yeah,
and then the 2 other teams got right at an hour.
Yeah,
wow.
So you were gonna have to
work for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't like before we've done it, we've won, and it's been like second couple minutes, and the other teams 6-7 minutes.
Right, it's going to be
getting more competitive now in the teams.
Yeah, so
I mean, I guess Houston redemption.
I mean, I don't know if redemption is the word. I mean,
comeback story.
He didn't do anything wrong.
No, I mean, just y'all actually do it.
Not a good setup overall.
This was y'all's first relay together, right?
No, we did Houston. We won Houston.
We did Houston together.
Oh, that's right. Y'all did do Houston.
But
understandable. You literally just finished racing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Larry put him through the ringer.
That was a hard race.
I told Larry like beforehand, I was like, this is how Tommy races. He's gonna run hard. So you gotta tell him to slow down. That's like the thing I say to him, ease up. Nonstop. That's all I'm telling him. Ease up. Too fast, ease up. And so when we got done and I was talking to Larry was like, yeah, man, I was running and he was right there with me. So I was like, okay, we're good. He's like, no. And then I'd ask him if he was okay, if everything was fine, and he didn't respond. I was like, well, that's your sign, bro. That's your sign right there.
They looked strong. They were pushing.
It's like, so Larry's like, we're going.
Larry might kill me.
Their-
If I ever race with Larry, probably,
Their sled push looked intense. So they did seem like they caught one of those. I did the live stream and I was watching. They caught one of those waves and it looked like it stayed with them the whole time.
Yeah.
Like a bad one too.
Well, and you got to be careful of that too. You have to be very strategic. Stay closer to that inside white line and away from those edges. But when you're pushing, you might catch a little. So you got to be very
on our pull. The rope had kind of lapped around it.
Yep.
It was pulling it right to the edge off the carpet. I stopped and the guy was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to just give it a push because if it gets off that carpet, you're screwed.
You are screwed. And
so I went and kind of pushed it just a little bit and took the rope off and it went right back to center.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I realized, like while doing the sled push judging or whatever, was people would it was like, Judge, I need you to fix my sled. They get mad at you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you just pulled the sled and left your rope sitting on top of your stuff. That is your fault. You did that. You need to make
You're in charge of your stuff.
You're in charge of your sled.
Yeah.
I will try to help you if I see it. But there's
you're watching hundreds of
people.
Hundreds, all the
and
time.
so I was running and doing ropes and trying to help people, and I moved sled over. I did that a bunch of times. But people wouldn't pay attention to that. So they would drop the rope and take off running to the other side. And then if it jumped on it, it would pull that sled cockeyed, right? Yeah. So you got to be aware of that. And you got to take care of your own sled.
Mine started doing that when I did my pull. I didn't realize until it was started to pull, the rope had gone around one of those little rungs. Mm-hmm. So I just had to give the rope a little whip and it just popped it right off.
Yeah.
What about you and Jess?
Yeah, y'all were doing good.
Yeah, so we got a PR. So it's the first time we've ever raced together. So anything we did together was a PR. But for me, as a mixed doubles, I got a 4-minute PR. Nice. So that was fine. That was good. So we didn't hit our goal, right? So which is fine. I told her when we started, when we went into it, I was like, this was for fun. This was just to race together because we've been waiting for so long to actually do a race together. And so this was really just let's go out there and feel it out, see how we do.
First race of the season.
First race of the season. I told her, it was no pressure, right, to perform. Yes, we want to do well.
Yeah.
We want to race fast, but there was it's not the end of the world if we don't hit the goal. So, so I felt good out there. I felt pretty strong.
You look strong.
Yeah.
I saw you passed me on one of them. I was like, dang, you guys were looking good.
Yeah.
How did Jess handle the sleds and all that? How'd she feel?
Yeah, I think they were heavy. But I think it was less about being that she couldn't handle the weight and more her body was just tired.
Mm-hmm.
She's been doing a lot of traveling. She did just finish a 3:06 marathon a month ago. So that always plays havoc on your body. And I tell people, I was like, listen, to me, I think a HYROX is it's a 10K half marathon effort. When you train for a half marathon, you're locked in. It's not the same training for a marathon because the marathon, especially if you're going to run fast, the things you're going to do to run fast for a marathon don't really necessarily translate great for HYROX. I mean, you can do both, don't get me wrong, but you're probably going to suffer on the strength side of things for HYROX. Yeah, you'll be faster. Yeah, you'll have a great aerobic engine, but and you'll have great endurance, but you may not necessarily have that same power that you would need for HYROX. And she wasn't able to do a lot of the things that we would necessarily do. Not that she didn't have the strength to do it, but I just don't think training for a marathon is the same as training for HYROX.
I mean, doing 70 miles a week doesn't leave much.
It doesn't. For
right?
Anything. So, and that's why I was like, hey, it's not we don't have to crush everything this time around. So I felt like we were moving, man. I felt like we were crushing a lot of it's definitely the runs.
Yeah.
Which is what I was worried about for me. Right. I wasn't worried about her on anything, honestly. I was worried about me and she was going to kill me. But the sleds were definitely heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And the sled push and the sled pull. And I felt like it was the sled push more than the pull.
I thought this was easier.
Yeah. So, and the pull for sure going one way was easier than the other way. Like one way I was able to hand over hand it. The other way, like I had to like walk it back.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and then the burpees. So those were the 3 stations we were slower than we should have been on.
Okay.
So
Was there a lot of traffic when you went into the burpees?
Mm-mm.
It was pretty easy. Okay.
I mean, there was traffic. I had to move over one lane
Mhm.
to pass somebody, but it wasn't like totally insane. So looking back on it, there were probably some things I could have done differently to help us go a little faster. But like I stuck to the plan. Like we had a plan, and I was like, "We're sticking to the plan," and I didn't really adjust as like I could have.
Kind of like adapt the plan, kind
Right.
of deal.
So because it's Jessica.
Yeah.
Jessica is a freaking superhero.
Yeah.
So like even though she may look like she's not like she's
not
not having as
huge.
easy a time as I'm having, she's gonna rally.
Yeah.
And when she rallies, she's gonna start smashing freaking everything. So so I should have taken on probably a little more of like the lunges, probably a little more of the wall balls, what have you. But that's why you practice.
And that's why I say that's good you experience too, racing together.
That's it.
That's like you said, you guys first time racing together. That's when you kind of like you said, Tommy like the back of your hand. You
I
guys
do.
race so much.
Right. And I know when like, okay, I need to like based off of what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
And for her, like I've never seen her not be like crazy, amazingly crushing souls and taking wills.
Yeah.
Right. And like I must break him
Yeah.
type thing. So I kept waiting for that to happen. But I do think the marathon being so close, and then she's been traveling a ton for work.
She has been.
And that travel really
Tires you out.
that wears
Wears
on
you out.
You know. So I thought we did it. I thought we did well. I was very happy with the outcome.
Was she happy?
Uh,
Knowing Jessica, she's like, we could have done better.
No, I know for a fact she wanted to do better, and I think she was maybe a little disappointed overall. But I don't. She shouldn't be.
I talked to her briefly afterwards. She kind of had a look. But I told her she did great.
Yeah,
But
I feel that.
She was a little down in the mouth, right? Because she only expects greatness, and I love that because I want people. That's how you should be, right?
Yeah.
So that just makes her hungrier and want to fight harder. But I was happy with what we did overall, and I think one of the things I told her was all we gotta do is shore up a couple things and get rested and be healthy, and then like fast,
Yeah.
like super fast, right? So, like I said, I was most concerned about me. Like there was I have no concerns about her. I was most concerned about me being able to keep that pace and hold up and keep up with her. And so I think the last couple of races, I think I feel like I can do that.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Definitely learned something from it. kind of
Yeah.
deal. So that's
Yeah.
that's a plus about racing.
Yeah.
The race will tell you what you need to work on.
Exactly right. So, I was telling my wife, like, I was like, no, I got to get back to the drawing board, right? And I got to start coming up with plans and back in the lab, and come up with what I guess a good direction to go for like the run club and, myself and, our teams and all that good stuff to make sure we're doing the right things to keep up with the pace because like the competition is growing.
It's not getting
leaps and
slower.
bounds.
It's not getting
It's not easy.
Mumbai. And that's
Okay.
probably getting faster.
And it is. Asia, they said the 57 minutes
Yeah,
was the
so-
pro. So, I mean, that was,
We missed our window.
Yeah, we did.
Mumbai.
yeah. So there's so many already really good athletes getting into it. And then the training, people are learning. Like there was a guy I remember that we raced against our first couple of years. And like he was an in shape guy, great at the stations, but couldn't run. Wasn't a good runner. And over the years, that has changed drastically. So he was already good at the stations. He's like 6'2", 6'3". He's got that prototype body
Oh,
already.
that doubles team.
And then now he's also fast.
Yeah.
So, I think it's easier. I've said this from the beginning. If you can be consistent and like get over yourself and learn to slow down on the running and build the volume, the running is the easy part to learn, right? So you can get pretty quick, pretty fast, right? I've just seen it happen so many times. In 6 months to a year, you can become a completely different runner. The strength part of it and the technique part of it, that is that's the thing that changes the most because they've changed the weights, right? So they went from open weight to now it's pro weight.
Yeah.
Right. They went from the carpet to the turf. So you have to keep getting. So what they're doing, honestly, because I feel like people are complaining about it, and they're like, because they don't want to be runners. But like you're going to have to keep getting stronger and stronger, and not just faster and faster.
Yeah. No, I think especially what you said about the sleds, if we pushed heavier, with our sleds, I think that helped out with the carpet not being ideal this race. I mean, it
still felt
it
hard.
made it hard,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like trashed.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I wasn't just completely. I was like, man, I had nothing left after the sleds.
Yeah.
My legs. I still had legs at the end. I was still,
Right.
within my paces.
But then think about the first time you did the sled push, right? You did the open weight because pro wasn't even a thing,
I got demolished.
and you were destroyed,
Yeah.
and you weren't running as fast.
No.
This time you're pushing, and they had carpet at the time.
Yeah.
Now you got 100+ pounds more. You're running faster, and you got the turf,
And I'm older.
and you're older,
Old.
way older. So like you're talking about exponential changes, right? So that's one of the things that I think about HYROX that's good and maybe not so good is that, yes, it's the same stuff. So you can train for it and whatever. But the venues aren't always the same. And over the years, they keep adapting and changing stuff, like small changes that also change and make the thing harder, right?
Yeah.
So by making it mandatory to do the pro if you want to be a qualifier or be competitive, making having that new turf, which is definitely harder than the carpet. Those are things that I think adapt everything.
The wall ball screen.
The wall ball
It
screen.
has to touch that sensor.
Right? Getting the time penalties, what have you, right? With the lines, if you on the sled pull, right? If you step over, step on it, or the burpee penalties.
Did
right?
you have to give quite a few out?
Oh, yeah,
Really?
I gave several out,
Okay.
and not as many as I should have because my counterpart on the other side wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Because what you would do is everybody got a warning, right? So they're pulling both directions. So if I see them, I would step up to them and like, hey, I have to give you a warning. You stepped on the line. Just be aware. Hey, partner, talk to him. Don't let him do it again.
Yeah.
And then I would tell my counterpart, hey, I just gave them a warning. So now if it happens over there, they're supposed to take a picture of their arm and give them a 15-second penalty.
Did y'all do the 1, 2, 3 penalty thing?
I mean, that's what we're supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then like my counterpart would never say anything and never do anything.
And you could see them just.
And they maybe, if they would do it and they would come back to my side, then I would take a picture and do it. There were several times I ran to the other side and like I said, hey, I have to take your arm, right? Or whatever. I just got to give you this penalty. So I didn't want to do it. I was very vocal. I would like get them in. I would tell them exactly what to do. I would say, all right, get behind your partner, talk to him. Don't touch on the front line. Don't touch the back line. I mean, I had a whole spiel that I was going through and like trying to communicate. I was like, you're getting really close. Watch out for him. Talk to him, whatever. So I was very like vocal to try to keep that from happening. I had one. So afterwards I was done. I was sitting down waiting for my wife. She was in the bathroom and these two ladies come walking by and they were talking and they're like, hey, it's you. And they were like, we were just talking about, we got a penalty. We got a 15-second penalty at the sled pull. And we were like, the cowboy gave us a penalty.
The cowboy.
And
see, you wore that hat and you like made yourself very noticeable.
I know. And so they were like, the one lady says, but she's like, anytime a cowboy wants to give me a penalty, I'm okay with it.
That's great.
And so you better believe you count that. And so we were talking and everything. She's like, we were just talking about, we got other penalties. That was the nicest penalty we've ever gotten. Like, you were so nice about it and you were so whatever. Because I ran up to him. I was like, hey, I have to give you a penalty. Don't get another one. Da, 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 da. And she's like, so you guys did such a good job. Y'all were so nice. It's like, oh, the judges, y'all were so great. And so, like, because if you get a penalty, I'm thinking they're going to be pissed off at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, whatever. But I was trying to really be...
Like,
I didn't want to give the penalty.
You're like an advocate for them. You're
Yes.
like, hey, I don't want to do this. Is if I see it again, you like it wasn't just like all of a sudden, run from behind them. 15-second penalty.
Exactly. Like I'm trying. Like I want them to get it right.
Hey, these are the rules. Like, please don't do it again. I don't.
Yeah. One chick, she was like, they stepped on the front line, and the other head judge was like, hey, you stepped on the front line. That's a warning. Don't do it again. Well, then she stepped on the back line, and I was like, hey. This is let me get a picture of your arm. She's like, no, don't take a picture of my arm. I was like, I have to give you a penalty. You stepped on the line. She's like, I didn't get a warning. I was like, yeah, you just got a warning on the front line. This is me for the second one or what have you. And she's like, oh, you don't have to do it. And I was like, I do. Don't make me do it again. Please do, watch each other, talk to each other, be a great teammate, right? That's what the teamwork is, right? So I was trying to encourage them. They didn't step on the line again. That was crazy.
I would say if they can see that you really like are trying to like be their advocate, like they have such a better attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most head judges like are trying to be your advocate. No, I don't want to give you a penalty because it stinks. Unless you're being a jerk, then I will give you a penalty fast.
I don't know. There was a chick in my thing. She looked like she was.
There's one guy who argued with me.
She was very
in the burpees.
Yeah.
No, jumping too far. I mean, the hands.
No, he had a lot of things.
Oh,
we fixed, and he was arguing with one judge. Judge came over to me, and I said, "Look, you've already got a warning. Do it one more time. You're going to get a penalty. Like, I'm not even going to like give you any room to move." And he started yelling at me. He said, "I'm going to repeat myself. You're going to fix it, or you're just going to get the penalty."
Well, I think the challenge is people have done this to themselves because all these people are videoing and talking about not having a standard, right? Oh, it's not an equal standard. Oh, it's not a standard.
yeah.
And so HYROX has listened, and now they're holding people to a standard, and they're holding people accountable. People are like, "Oh, I barely had my feet just barely on the line. Should I have had to do another burpee?"
Yeah.
Yes, because the rules say if you step on the line, you have to go over the line.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't have it both ways. You can't have no standard or be lax on the standard and it's okay. You can't pick and choose. It's either got to be we're kind and we know that you're not going to win the race, so we don't hold you to the same standard we hold the pros, or we hold everybody to the same standard.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. It's like you can't have it. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
No, agreed. It's
only a problem when it's happening to them.
Especially if you want to. I mean, there's a big push to make this an Olympic sport.
Yes, they were very adamant about that.
That is, everything's standardized.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everything the same across the board.
It is.
In Olympics, they don't go, "Oh, that swimmer, you kind of almost touched the wall there. We'll give it to you."
Right.
They're
not like, "Oh, they've got a mobility hip problem.
Yeah.
We'll go easy on them."
Yeah. That's
No.
Rules are rules.
They are. So
Well, mobility is part of fitness, and this is a fitness sport, so you kind of got to work on everything.
that's exactly right. So, and I mean, yeah, okay. If you do a burpee, right, and you're barely touching the line. Well, if you're in baseball or you're in football, they have instant replay just for things like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to be a standardized sport, if you're going to be a legitimate sport, if you're going to be a sport that's, taken extremely seriously, then you got to hold the standard, and you can't be, it would not be fair to pick and choose who you hold the standard for. Because if you are trying to say, "Hey, get better on your times," well, am I really better if this time people weren't actually holding me to a standard than I was over here, or vice versa? Am I really improving? And so hopefully you would hold yourself to the standard. And I know some people aren't some people are trying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying type situation, correct? And so some people don't hold themselves to a high standard. They're just wanting to give, it's like for the social media type situation where I did a 65-minute race. It doesn't matter that I walked half of the burpees, or I walked half the lunges and I didn't actually lunge, or I should have been no repped on my depth for 95 of my wall balls. That's not important. What's important is my overall time.
Yes.
And then I was faster than most people, even though I shouldn't have been.
Yeah, just kind of cutting the corners there versus getting faster. They're just trying, like you said, not cheating, you're not trying.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a race where it was a solo race, and I was on the wall balls, and I know for a fact I was getting depth. Because I always go deeper than 90.
Yeah.
I drop it low.
But
And this guy next to me was not. I mean, he was taller than me, so he needed to go even deeper, correct? But he wasn't even at 90. And his judge was letting him hit all his reps. My judge was no repping me left and right.
Yeah. I saw a few judges who were kind of there are people who should bring me no reps. There was one girl, I actually liked her method. It was very easy to do. She was a judge, and clearly she'd given this guy some warnings and was having a time. She just put her arm like this. And she said, "If I don't see it come below my arm, then I know for sure." There was no question. And she held her arm there the whole time. And I was like, that's a really good way to do it. Because a lot of these judges, if they've never done the race especially, they don't really know what to be looking for. So this girl set her up a system. to help guide her. And I think it was working really well for her when I was watching.
I think a lot of people think like, when you're doing squats, you become parallel.
Yeah,
that's not your hip crease going past your knee.
Knee crease,
Yeah,
exactly. You have to be below parallel.
That's where I think people get mixed up in their head. Well, this is perfect squat depth. I don't know what you're talking about, but it's the hip crease below the knees.
Right. So it's not 90, it's below 90.
Yes. I think that's where the people get confused or get upset. Like, I know this is my squat depth, but like you said, that's not the standard. It's below 90.
So, but I think people aren't reading the rules. They're not looking. They're doing they're going off like gym rules, I think.
And I think people also, because I had this with burpees, I think people kind of go for bare minimum. So they think perfect squat depth is like that 90. And if they think they're hitting it, well, as you get tired, that becomes a little higher and a little higher and a little higher. It does. And it's the same with the burpees. Like people would be like, their hands would start close to their feet, but as they get fatigued, they go a little further, and a little further. And I would be like, they're like, how am I supposed to know 30 centimeters? I'm like, I don't even really know what 30 centimeters looks like. I know roughly, but I was like, I need your hands as close to your feet as humanly possible. The closer you get your heel to your wrist, you're good. I don't have to question it. That's like, that to me is the safest option you can do.
See, in practice, when I do doubles or burpees, I go faster. So I do hop, jump up, jump back. But I was catching myself in practice as I drop down, as I hop, I kick my legs back, I would push my hands up a little bit. So I really forced myself in practice. It felt awkward at first to make sure when I jumped down, my hands stayed. Not as I hop back, my hands hop up a little forward. So it took. I
think the lines help.
I think they help too.
They help the athlete if you're paying attention to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know we don't use the metric system, but 30 centimeters or whatever. So remember, it used to be about a forearm's length.
It used to be about a forearm's length.
Okay, well, that's about 12 inches for most people. Okay, so that 30 centimeters is the 12 inches.
That's what I tell them. But for some people,
that's actually a pretty good chunk.
That's a good distance.
A good distance.
That's a good distance.
If you can put your arm should go right under your shoulders, right by your knee, that's about 30 centimeters.
Right. If you're actually doing a real burpee where your feet are going backwards, and you do like what you said, where your hands are under your shoulders, you're good.
You're fine. And that's what I told people. But for a lot of people, they didn't they would always kind of do the hop. So I just said, keep it safe for yourself. Don't get a penalty as close to your feet as possible. It's the safest way.
It's kind of tough when you kind of hop. You have to really be watching.
You do.
When they do, because
they're fast.
No, one time at track, I was working out with Joyce, and I kind of told her, "Hey, watch your hands," kind of deal. They look like they're going forward, but then as I sat, I kind of scooted back a little bit, and I watched her. She was within that.
Yeah.
The 12
centimeters. Just she'd kick her feet back so fast, and I went back to her. I told her, "No, I think you're good. Yeah. You're within the centimeters. Just look how she kicking her feet so back, but you have to have a point of reference, a line
where their toes were. Almost.
Yeah, so you can see where the line. I started looking on the football field where the dashes were. I was like, oh no, she's good.
Yeah.
So having those lines, that's why I try to go to where the dashes are, so I can watch that, because everything. Remember, we're talking about our running form. We do all these drills and all these things to create that neurological pathway, right? So we're trying to make our brain send signals to our muscles to do something repetitively over and over and over again. So in training, if you will just do that, find those little ways to do it properly, well, then when you get in the race, it should just happen naturally, right? It should just be whatever. So, I mean, I don't want to say knock on wood, but I've never had somebody say anything to me about my burpees are wrong, or I'm doing, my feet aren't together, or my hands go out too far, or anything like that. And I'm not taking my sweet time.
Yeah.
I'm just going, and I'm obviously watching the lines, and I'm trying to do whatever, but that's because I try to take that time in practice,
and it helps
to develop that. Mm-hmm. So I don't think a lot of people really focus on those types of details at all. They're just out there just doing whatever. And so that's what a lot of times at Sunday, I'm trying to encourage people to do, and so it may not register until you actually go do the race and people are calling you on it or what have you. So I think that, I try to caution people not to race too much, right?
Yeah.
Which people tend to like to do. But you do need to race to get experience if you're going to get better at racing.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it's how you space them out, especially in an event like HYROX. I think you got to be a minimum of 4 to 6 weeks between events to give your body enough time to recover and train a little bit and then reset.
There we go. I agree with you right there. Get at least another training block.
Yeah.
Unless you just did something, it's tough to really improve that much.
It is.
Unless
your race just fell apart and you just didn't stick to your plan or something.
Went out like super hot of a pace you couldn't hold, and then you probably have some room. But if you kind of raced, and I've met people before, they're like, they raced back to back, and they were like, I got this. Well, I was like, what's your plan for? I want to get a 10-minute PR. I just got, well, good luck. I didn't feel, I'm not going to explain that. But.
I mean, you should be faster doing it again just because you've had the experience and you know kind of where to make some adjustments. I mean, that will definitely help, but not 10 minutes.
No. It's a big time.
Maybe a minute if you're lucky, maybe a couple minutes, right? Depending on, maybe even you might do 3 or 4 if you just had a horrible race.
Yes.
But ultimately, I do feel like doing more events will help you just because you get comfortable, because it can be nerve-wracking if you haven't raced. I mean, I've raced 7 months. That is a long time to go. So it's almost like you're doing it again for the first time. And then it was a new partner. We've never raced together. So there's all these different factors that go into it. Well, I guarantee the next time we go out, it'll be a different story.
Yeah.
A way different story. So, just racing. I remember like doing obstacle course racing. The good thing was that our races were really kind of close together because there would always be one in November, and then you'd get another one maybe in December, and then you'd have one in February, and then March, or an April, May, right? So it was like by the time the race season got to the end, the confidence level was much higher because you had been comfortable doing the events and racing. So, with the HYROX season, it's literally just started. So now each race you should get a little better, a little more comfortable, a little better. But I would say you don't want to have them too close together. Now, let's say, I'm going to do DC, right? That's March 7th. Well, Houston's March 27th. Well, those are kind of close together.
Yeah.
But the big goal is for DC. So anything I do in Houston will be more for fun. It'll be more like just to go race or whatever. It's obviously hometown. So it's about like our crew, right? So I don't want to put too much pressure on myself for that race.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be so many people there. And that's, you can't do both. You can't be 100% focused on your stuff and also be focused on 60, 70 people racing. This weekend that was tough enough as it was.
Yeah, with this community and the athletes you coach, it is you're wearing a lot of hats that day.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to support people as much as I can, and that's a long day, man. Sunday was.
It's just sometimes. The athletes just want to see you.
Yes.
I had the sisters. They're like, "Oh my God, thank you for coming and meeting us before they went into the corral."
They were like,
we wanted to cry. Then we saw you. I don't know why we were just so happy. They felt relaxed once they saw me there, kind of deal. And it's just unfortunately, I couldn't do. I tried to do this with most of my athletes. I think the Buff Besties, I missed them but I was outside the venue. But that was that Sunday morning. The line spectator was wrapped all the way around.
Yeah, I didn't see them.
So
I didn't see him either. I didn't see him come through.
I didn't see him come through on the sled pull.
Yeah.
10-minute PR.
That's awesome.
1:13.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I was bummed I missed him coming through the burpees. I don't know how I didn't see him.
Because they flew through it.
They must have flown through it.
That's good.
I was really excited to see. I got to meet Christine and Elena for the first time, and that was really cool because they came and found me, and they came up to me and hugged me like they'd known me their whole life, and I was like, "This."
Well, they listen to the podcast.
Well, and they said we're always seeing y'all, and now we get to finally meet y'all. So that was super super cool.
Yeah, they live vicariously on Instagram, and because I coach them. They're from Minnesota. And so I coach both of them for running in HYROX. And so, this is the first time I've ever actually met them in person. So that was really fun to see them get to come out and race. And Elena's been waiting to race for a long time because she had an injury. So, I think they were, and I convinced Christina. Christina's a marathoner, right? And a really fast one, right? And I convinced her to do HYROX. And, she was a little nervous because she's not huge. She's not a big person.
She's
a very little bitty person.
Yeah.
And, it was really cool to see them out there flying around the course.
They're doing great.
See, they were having fun.
That's awesome.
I coached them a little bit and they took off. I saw them because they were part of the early shift, right?
Yeah.
And so they came running around, and Christine, you could see her. She was excited and happy, and Elena was behind her. And I was like, squeeze in, get closer together. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She did this little thing, and then Elena caught up to her, and they started running next to each other. And they came into the sled, pulled or whatever, and I got to watch them a little bit and cheer them on. and they did awesome. 110 for their first race.
Yeah, they did
and
really good.
They weren't even like, because Elena's coming off this injury, so she wasn't running as fast as like she could.
Yeah.
Because she still has a few restrictions to an extent. So like to run a 110 on your first HYROX,
That's great.
and you're not going all out.
Yeah, you're not putting.
That was awesome. So I'm excited to see them race again, and they're going to be really, really good. So I'm excited for them.
They're
so
really fun.
hopefully they'll come. We'll get to see them again in Houston.
Nice.
And maybe another race or something. So that was a lot of fun.
We had some good first timers. Like, I was going to tell you, Coach Carlos, I was highly impressed when Natalie and Anira came through. Natalie was like crushing those burpees.
Yes,
Like,
was.
Natalie's done come on up.
She was. I watched her.
She
push
she
those burpees. She was
impressed.
flying. I was
no,
very.
and she was one of the people in practice, and I got on her one day. I was like, "Your hands."
Mhm.
She was jumping forward,
Mhm.
and she. For now, like, nope, hands, nope, you're gonna get a time penalty. I kind of got on her, and she showed her video, and then she picked up on it. And she crushed that sled.
She did great.
Yeah.
I saw her.
I was like,
run it.
the sled
Heck yeah,
push.
they were,
She was
dude.
running it.
They came into the sled pull, and I was in there, and I kind of did my spiel with them, whatever, and I was kind of cheering them on. They were in and out.
Yeah.
I turned around and they were gone. I was like, so I think it's been really good. Like the accountability thing, we go back to that again, but having a coach helps because you get guidance, you get direction, you see where your weaknesses are. They can help guide you out of that. But I think having a training partner too helps so much. I think Anira has been really good for her because she is determined.
They're like this.
Yeah. Anira's determined and she's got goals. And I think that's definitely helped Natalie so much. And so like they're helping each other move along.
Yeah.
So it's watching the two of them, like their journey and like watching how they both improved and seeing like not just the physical transformation, because they both have made significant physical transformations, but then like seeing their performance and their speed and their strength. It's cool.
The way when I saw Nat take off with the kettlebells, she looked like she stole something.
Yeah.
She was
like somebody, like the police, police are coming after her.
I literally, like, on the turn, I was at the end of the turnaround. Anira put him down, Nat took him, and she was off. I was like, is she running from someone? Like, she hauled, but because she was a little bit late to come into, like, to the sessions, the small group, but she, like I said, very quickly, she was like, I'm behind, and I was just be patient, it's where you're at, but she's come up very quickly.
Yeah.
So they were
very impressed.
Great duo.
Yeah. So I think for me, obviously I want to do well. And the reason usually I think people misunderstand like why I train the way I train or do some of the things I do or race, even though I say it all the time. I don't think they really get it. Like for me, it's more about setting an example than anything else and showing people that, hey, if I can do it, and like I'm who I am and I have these challenges and I'm old, anybody can do it. You can all excel and be, way better than me. And so for me, it's more about just proof. Like you can do this. So to me, the only pressure I ever feel to be, successful at whatever stage that is because I have that pressure to show people that can be done. If that makes sense.
I agree 100%. I was similar, I guess, nervousness. I would say to it because I was like,
because you're preaching this message of this works.
This message, but I kind of, what calms me down is it is a privilege to have that pressure.
It is
to be able to go out and push and stuff,
and people are expecting you to do well.
Yeah, and it's even if as long as I just try my best, whatever. Let's see how it ends up, as long as I just don't quit, it'd be an example, like you said, people are going to be supportive.
Yeah.
So it's whether, I even get my time or not, as long as I pushed and, try to be an example out there. Like you said, I'm old out there.
Right.
But you want to kind of lead by, like you said, with technique, with, just trying to, effort.
Persevering through the tough parts, right? When you're struggling or whatever, you keep moving, you keep pushing, and you use the actual stuff you coach people with.
Yeah.
To show them that, hey, I'm not just saying things, so it's like, I'm definitely one of those types of coaches or trainers that it's like, do as I do, not just what I say, because I'm a doer of what it is that I say. I practice what I preach. And if I can do it and, I practice what it is that I preach and it works for me, then it's probably going to work for you too. So, but the biggest win I get is seeing people go through the struggles, because you're talking to these people and you're talking them off the ledge. You're going through their struggles, and they're down in the dumps, or they're like, oh, I've got this, I don't think she'd mind, but Elena, she was already a really good athlete before I started coaching her I think it was last January when we started. And her goal was maybe it was a little bit before that, but her goal was to run DC last year. That was her first race. That's what she was going to do. And she went skiing for the very first time. Right. And she just had like a freak accident. So it wasn't like a training incident. It wasn't like she was doing the wrong thing. She was already doing all the right things. And she just had an accident and had a major injury that takes months to come back from. And so to me, her being out there on that course, even though her ultimate goal was to be a solo HYROXer, she went out there and did doubles with her training partner, her friend, to see how strong she looked out there and how fast she was and how much fun they were having, through all of the challenges and struggles that she's had over the last 9 months, and to see her come back from such a major injury and crush and see her fitness level where it's at, that to me is that's what it's about. When we say change your mind, change your life, you can overcome, for the most part, I feel like anything you can adapt and overcome. Yes, challenges are going to come up. Yes, there's going to be struggles. Yes, things are going to happen, but that's life. Nobody guarantees that life's going to be easy. Even as a Christian, being a follower of Jesus does not ultimately, Jesus never promised that life's going to be easy. It just means that I don't have to do it by myself. And then there's a better way. And so as these challenges come, just because you train or work out doesn't mean that all of a sudden everything's going to be hunky-dory. It just means now you have the discipline, you have the understanding that you can persevere, and you can pretty much make it through anything with a little bit of ingenuity and that can't give up attitude. And so that was very encouraging for me. And then even Christine, to see her get out there, do something that was very, there were some training, there were some times where she was jumping to throw the ball to the target. She's 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
And, I had her doing 20-pound wall balls and, 25-pound wall balls. And she's, James, I can't throw the ball that high, and to see how well they did together, that's just the progression of strength and the progression of an athlete, and the confidence build. And before they even raced, they were out there, and she's like, oh, we're doing Houston, we're doing this, we're going pro or whatever. That's what it's about. Yeah. Building that confidence and helping people, really overcome, I think that I can't.
Yeah, the big part. You giving them the tools.
Yeah.
To overcome that.
Yeah, I told them there's a picture we took together, and she sent me the photo, and I was like, do you see that smile? That's a real smile. That's not like a fabricated. I was like, I never smile that big in any photos. That means I was genuinely happy to see you guys there and see y'all succeed. That's what the weekends mean to me, right? Those are all real smiles. They're not I don't want to take this photo Lauren's making me take, but here you go. Here's the photo.
I don't know if I made you smile for a single photo. I wasn't even there for most of
That's what I just said. I'm talking about on the run day. When we do run group.
Oh yeah, you hate
Lauren's
that.
let's take a picture. I was like, I don't need to be in the picture.
James is just
Exactly.
But I was laughing when the sisters, they wanted to get a picture with you. They wanted to get a picture with Lauren.
They got a picture.
Hey, relax. But they've, like I said, they've come to the gym. They see all, it was nice. They were happy to see all the familiar faces from BC.
Yeah, when they came into the sled pull, and I was on the other side, and I locked eyes with them on the other side. You saw genuine excitement.
Yeah.
They were like, we're not in this alone.
Yeah.
I think you saw excitement for the t-shirts.
Yes.
The BC t-shirts.
I was hype about those shirts. I was like, oh yeah, they got the merch.
Yeah, they got that. That's the first time I've seen that color.
The dark green. Yeah, I got the light green one. I need to talk to them about getting some other colors though, because green's not really my thing. I mean, I look good in green because it goes with my olive skin color, but some blues that actually are team colors.
Yeah.
Sometimes the stuff they put on there is not what I ask them to do. It's just random stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a forest green almost.
Yes.
How many first-time racers did we have?
I don't even know. I mean, we're gonna have to figure that out. Because we had 50 plus people racing,
54, I think.
Right, so a lot of PRs, and I would say at least 30% of those people were first timers.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I don't
had
know.
someone ask me about the Metal Monday post, which would have been yesterday. I go, Metal Monday might be Metal Friday, guys.
Yeah.
It's got to take me a second to get all this data.
Yeah. So we got to figure that out. So, I mean, do you even know how many racers you had personally? Because I don't even know. I have to look. I don't even know how many people I had that I particularly coach.
I think under 20.
Yeah.
10 to 20. Somewhere. I started trying to crunch the numbers the other day. Someone asked me, and I think 14 or 15, I think.
Okay.
So, if I'm correct.
So I don't know. There's a lot. We'll get the numbers. We're going to get the numbers. We're going to make a post about it. We're going to celebrate because y'all deserve it.
I got a lot of content to file through.
Yeah.
Tons.
I'm wondering, so kind of like we were talking about her when she goes to Phoenix, like what's the odds she's actually going to coach?
Yes.
What are the odds she goes through all that stuff and uses?
That's why I asked.
How many of those? Because there's a lot of pictures.
No, I started kind of going through it, and a lot of people have a lot of the same. There's obviously repeats of the same people from different cameras. I mean, I can't use everybody's stuff.
No.
I can't. It's just not possible. But I mean, I'm definitely going through and I'm trying to like save the best angles, the best quality, like make sure. It's also making sure I get content of everyone because I don't want to forget anybody because I don't want someone to go back and be like, well, I wasn't in anything. And there will be multiple things because I can't put it all in one. But
heavy is the crown.
Heavy is the crown. I got y'all. Just give me a couple days. Get it together.
I'm trying to think of something to say that's pithy, funny, but also not.
Leave your witty comments to yourself. No, leave your witty comments.
That's why I'm pausing. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to say any. You guess what, James? You don't have to say anything.
I have a funny story.
No,
Tell
you
it.
don't.
Not of you. Not everything's about you. Not
That's what I'm talking about. This chick seems to think the world revolves around her.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, on Miss Contrary, I hate funny. I'm surprised she didn't say that.
Yeah.
From our last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Where we talked about 2D Carlos.
Yes.
We were talking about, instead of like a flat runner, we were talking about actually putting the outfit on and then taking like a picture. And James like 2D Carlos. And Larry's daughter, I guess, thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
All she heard was like 2D Carlos. She's like
2D
Carlos. 2D Carlos.
So I was like, she's like, he's the funniest. I'm like, okay, excellent. I have a fan. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Dude, she came up at the venue and I hear, Coach James! And I turn around and I see her and she runs right past me and goes straight to Coach Gabby.
Oh, well, that's.
And starts like hugging on Coach Gabby. And I was like, whoa. You just yelled my name, but you didn't even come and acknowledge me and say hello. And she was all about Coach Gabby. I didn't even exist anymore.
Well, that's kind of exactly where my story was. I was like, she came up. She came running up to me. She's like, Coach, same thing. Coach Carlos. I was like, my fan, they're here. You want an autograph? I'll sign whatever. Where's Coach Gabby?
Yep.
And I was like,
just chop suey, bro.
Yeah, and Larry was just cracking up. And I was like, she's around the corner. She's about to take off. I think her grandma was like, wait up. Yeah.
Dude, we got home last night, right? Like 4:00 or something. I don't know, 4:30. And I'm getting the stuff out of the car. My wife walks in and I hear like screams, Mommy! And I heard it over and over and over again. So I'm grab all my stuff and I'm loading everything up and I walk to the door. And she sees me. Hey, Daddy. Did you get me anything? And I was like, who was that screaming? Oh, I was screaming, Mommy. Yeah, where's my love? Can I get a hug or something like that? She's like, hey. I was like, okay, dude, fine. Forget you then.
It was a handshake.
And then later on, then I go and lay in the bed because I was like, I need a nap or something. I'm so tired. I got to go to work. I got to get in there and teach class. I got an appointment. I had like 4 appointments yesterday. Yeah. Because, I mean, if I didn't do them yesterday, because this is a short week, and there's so many of them, right? So I was like, I've got to do it. So I was like, I need a little break. And I lay down. She comes in immediately. She's like laying on me and trying to hug me. Daddy, I missed you so. I was like, dude, not like the time. You had your shot. You messed up, dude. You can just get out of here. And she's like, no, I want to love you, Daddy. Get out of my face. So.
I mean, to be fair, when I got home, finally, everyone was in there, my nieces and nephews. And I said, where's my dog? First thing, I didn't give anyone any attention. I said, I want my dog. And I got my dog, and I went and sat in a corner with my dog.
I don't know if that's healthy, to be honest with you.
My dog's my pride and joy. I don't have kids. I have a dog and cats. They're my pride
I'm just saying, you don't want to put too much into one particular thing that's lifespan is not like eternal. Because what's going to happen, because you know that someday, what are you going to do?
Have them stuffed.
No, you won't. You could handle that. You could handle that.
I would never do that.
You could not have something mounted.
I
would never do that.
I would pay to just have a seat as Lauren walks in with her little stuffed dog on wheels.
Instead of the yes,
to see James's face. I think he would just put his hat down and
Don't. No. I'm gonna cry. Just
it would
thinking about
probably
it.
more of like a stuffed like
Don't.
animal, not like on wheels where like she could sleep with it and hold it.
Oh no.
Like that would be more of the speed, I feel like.
Okay. Yeah, not that morbid of a
Yeah.
mounting him.
I would say, what was it, Kingsman, where the guy has Mr. Pickles
Yes.
mounted in his bathroom on the thing?
Mhm.
No, I won't do that. I could never do that. But no, yeah, the first thing I wanted to see was my dog. I was like, I don't care about any of y'all. I want to see my dog. Even my brother, he didn't get a hug till later. I see him 3 times a year.
I would like to take that information and give it to like a specialist and see how they break that down. Like what would they
I mean, I could break that down for you.
like what's the
I value the
Dynamics
emotion.
of it.
Yeah.
I could break that
like the
down.
ink blot
I don't
test kind
need
of thing, you know what I
You
mean?
don't need a therapist to tell me that.
It's a topic for another day.
Whole nother day.
Whole nother day.
Patreon.
Yeah. Definitely a Patreon topic.
Oh yeah.
I think for sure. And she probably won't be talking. Maybe we'll see.
That's a shoulder shrug, is a no.
Yes. If your shoulder shrug is not no for her, it just means
We'll see.
it depends.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Depends on what kind of mood she's in that day.
This is true.
So, all right, guys, it was a tough weekend. And when I say tough, I just mean exhausting, tiring. But hey, we've got Thanksgiving to look forward to recover, right?
Absolutely.
Lauren's breathing heavy because I don't think it's going to be recovery for
I
her.
don't enjoy Thanksgiving. But
And the contrarian. Everyone loves Thanksgiving.
not me.
Not Lauren.
Not me. I need to start booking trips out of the country for holidays. But everyone else, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving and that you have plenty to fill your belly and
I need to
plenty
get
people to be around that you love.
I want to get a list of things everyone loves but Lauren. So we got Thanksgiving, the movie Christmas Vacation.
It's not that I like it. It's just I know I like the movie Christmas Vacation. I don't like Chevy Chase. I don't like Chevy Chase. I like Avatar.
You liked Avatar?
Yeah, I said I did like
Oh,
Avatar.
there's something you hated about it. Or no?
I liked
Maybe
Avatar.
I might be mistaken.
Mm.
So,
I enjoyed Avatar.
Maybe it was the 3D.
I don't like 3D movies.
That's
Yeah.
okay, that's
Don't. They give me a headache.
So,
Mhm.
have you noticed that's still on brand for the contrarian? She likes things, but she finds things in things she don't like. So she likes Christmas Vacation, but she don't like Chevy Chase.
I mean,
She likes Avatar, but she doesn't like 3D.
It's
I
I
would
think
say-
that's what you're picking.
okay. That's the
Yeah.
pattern.
being, being human can be a complex thing. So
I'm gonna
we're
put that.
allowed to like and dislike things.
I don't know why you're turning your head and looking and blinking your eyes. He's the one saying it, not me. I'm coming on
I
your
agree.
I'm coming to your aid here. I'm on your side.
I'm just noting stuff.
Mhm.
I just think it's anytime we say
See,
something,
do you notice this is where we're at in life?
let's-
As we close this podcast out, we've come to the place now where you say things and I take the blame for it. That's where we're at.
and I like this place.
I know you
This is
do.
a
You're
great place
enjoying
to be.
it.
This is a
That's
great
why Carlos is the funny guy. He's the funny person here. I'm the one that's like, ugh.
Well, like you said, you're the head man. That's sometimes part of the job.
Heavy is the crown.
Heavy is the crown.
of
We're
the
gonna
head
now.
coach.
Yeah, heavy is the crown.
Heavy
So,
is the crown. And on that note, guys, thank you
Thanksgiving.
for all that you did to train and prepare yourself. For all those that are listening that were preparing for HYROX Dallas, you guys did awesome. Very proud of you. You guys are amazing.
amazing.
If you are looking to train for Phoenix, Houston, whatever it may be, guys, don't wait until the week before. Right now is the time to lock in. Check out our last few episodes that we've done on how to HYROX better. If you're looking for coaching, you've got some great coaches here. We'd love to help you. But whatever you do, get some help, get part of a community. Don't do it by yourself. It's a lot more fun. And then when you get to these races, I promise you, it will mean a lot when you're out there on that course, seeing familiar faces, your training partners, and all the other stuff, guys. So you can also become a part and supporter of the show by becoming a Patreon member. You just go to patreon.com/runningwithjames. You can become a free member, or you can support the show as well and get some perks with that. And then you can also support the show by going to mybcfit.com and checking out our merch with some really cool stuff that people have been wearing, copping, and I think they've enjoyed it.
hats, shirts,
shorts. Yeah, dude. Joe had he had the kit. He had the sweatpants with the BC on the side.
I did see that.
It was dope, man.
Yeah, I like those sweatpants.
I haven't gotten it, but he was like, they're really good. They're nice.
The first time I did know. I forgot to ask him how he liked it.
Yeah, he said he liked them.
going across.
Yeah, they're legit. So, anyway, guys, you can do that, and it supports the show, supports BC Fitness, and our community. So, guys, remember, as always, when you change your mind,
you change your life.
All right, guys, peace out.
Bye.